Do I want to
I don't know. Do you want to play Guilty Gear with the Fed? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
I'm fine playing Guilty Gear with the feds. I already got a CPU inside me.
You're already
You're an
Yeah,
accessory to
I'll
them.
play.
They control you. You know how they do it?
How do they do it?
It's the water that you're drinking.
Oh, really?
There's not
Actually-
just fluoride in the water.
I actually
It's a
don't
lot
drink
more.
water.
Good
Bro,
stuff, Owen.
In
Good
theology
stuff.
the other day, in theology the other day, we were doing 2 truths, 1 lie, and then we did 2 lies and 1 truth. And I was trying to get somebody to say drinking orange juice hurts my mouth or burns my mouth because people were saying like the most obvious shit that was like not even like challenging at all.
How do you
And I
think?
just turned to bro and I was like, bro, say drinking orange juice burns my mouth, bro. It'll be the funniest thing ever. And he didn't do it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Is it
Yeah,
like
you're feds?
no? Just explain. I probably won't understand.
No, you're feds.
I've never heard of
The
that
joke
before.
Is that it's The joke is that it's retarded. It
Oh.
doesn't make sense.
Oh,
Because yeah, you're a fed. Because people were saying the dumbest shit ever before that. So I was like, bro, just like
that's
Take it
why I
to
was
another
confused.
level,
I was just
like-
like, bro, what?
orange juice.
Yeah, that's
burn.
right.
I didn't realize it was a joke. Like,
Yeah, you didn't cook with that. Sorry.
For cheese, I'm goated.
that's not. What?
Cheese is made in farms.
It grows on bushes, actually. You guys not know that?
What, dude?
Bro,
You think I'm fucking lying, bro?
chicken nuggets come from chickens, bro. Oh man.
Bro, no they don't. Oh my god. Fucking
Bro, no, they don't.
never order a McRib, bro. Some bitch at McDonald's that worked there told me that they come as liquid.
What? No.
Like she was being
No.
dead ass, bro.
No.
You being-
That's
you
crazy.
being so serious, bro.
Good.
She was being dead ass.
I don't know. They're like frozen ass like pig
egg?
patties.
Oh,
You gonna get on, Zach?
I clicked it. I don't know.
What
It
is
doesn't seem
mine?
to be.
I'm trying to play Guilty
You're
Gear.
gonna
with,
destroy me, Aiden. Oh, it's loading. Hold on. I think it's loading.
Bro, sandwiches?
Yeah, sandwiches. I agree.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Yep. Just-
What, bro?
You just said sandwiches, and then
Yeah.
What about it?
Sandwich, bro. Sandwiches.
You're a fed, bro. I'm sick of you.
Back. Can you just like
sick
go
of you not
back to the
understanding,
government
bro.
and report back? Like, please, so we can like have some peace.
Go serve your alien masterminds, buddy.
bro, I am the alien mastermind, bro.
Was I the one that? Was I with you guys when I said that there's a light and dark side to the government?
No,
No.
like Sonic Adventure 2.
No, that game shares continuity with ATV Off-Road Fury 2, though. If you didn't know.
Really?
So.
The
Yeah,
Oh, damn,
there's
what-
like a
Oh, da-
basically there's like a light and dark side to the government, like Star Wars. George Lucas was at that scene on, by the way. And it like the division, like you can tell that there's a division because, and it's what happened. What happened was when John F. Kennedy was president, and he wanted to back up money with the gold standard or whatever that was. The CIA orchestrated a assassination attempt on him, and it worked, right? And then the rest of the Kennedys all suffered horrible fates. Like his brother was killed, his sister had a lobotomy done on her.
that not while JFK was
And-
alive?
That doesn't mean anything
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that happened
different.
afterward.
No, no.
How'd that not reach? Oh no, not good, not good, not good.
And so, like, basically, like, everybody, like, there's slowly been, like, a government takeover, and, like, everybody that's been getting fired and, like, kicked from Congress and stuff has been on the light side. And then, all the bad people, like the CIA and the FBI,
No!
the CIA
Bruh.
is the worst. The CIA is the worst threat to U.S. citizens, like, ever. I hope you know that. And, like, yeah, so the dark side of the government is just replacing, like, everything now,
What?
and they're hiring all these new people. The girl that worked at Harvard that just resigned, she was on the light side. I know she's not part of the government technically, but she actually is responsible for a lot of light side government employees, and that's why she was kidnapped and held at gunpoint and forced to resign, or else, like, her whole family would die.
Really?
Dude, why else would she resign?
I don't even know who
The
talking about, though.
whole scandal, the whole scandal that she was involved in about the, like, fake test grades or whatever that was to get somebody really important, like, a governmental chance, so that they can change the country for the better. And they just, like, she just wasn't conspicuous enough about it, and so they found out.
I can't tell if you're doing a bit anymore.
But the CIA is the greatest, like, actually it's the greatest threat to U.S. citizens, like, I can probably think of. What government agency, what type of government funnels drugs and guns into communities so that they can lower the population forcefully? What other government does that?
China.
The British.
They're getting these people to take all these drugs and ruin their brains so that they can be brainwashed, and they're putting gun stores in every community where they're allowed, and they're getting these cracked up fiends more ways to be violent and more ways to take people's lives in an effort to lower the population of the US so that they have less people to care about.
That's just not.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Do you think I'm fucking lying? You can look that up.
You say that like the crack epidemic is still going on. The big issue now is fentanyl, which mostly comes from China.
That doesn't matter. It's all part of the same thing. Or have you not been listening to me? I said they
I
are
stopped
funneling
listening at
drugs.
CIA.
I said they are funneling drugs into our communities of low income, and they are taking advantage of these people when they don't have anything else to do. No part of that did I make sure that I was only talking about crack and cocaine and anything like that.
Who is they though?
The CIA. Bro.
The CIA. Holy you have not been listening to me. Shut up.
Most drugs come from China. What are you talking about?
The CIA buying them from
Doesn't
China,
matter. Are
bro.
you dumb? Yes. They're getting them from China and funneling them into our communities so that they can decrease the population through natural means.
Ouch.
I've literally
Your
forgot
point
about
is
all kinds of
useless.
organized crime that distributes drug costs to the U.S., but okay.
Bro, that doesn't mean anything.
What
Are you
do
dumb?
mean it doesn't mean anything?
Okay, maybe if you were actually mature enough to let me get a word out, then I could actually explain myself. The whole point of what... First off, you said you weren't even listening to me, so I don't know why I'm arguing with you about this. I said the CIA is funneling drugs into our communities. That means that they're doing
Ouch.
whatever they need to do to get them there. They're buying them from China. They are using these crime organizations without them even knowing that. They're using that. They're using these people to get people killed and lower the population. And they're behind it all. Why else would this? The CIA has the worst leaked documents and experiments of any organization probably in the world.
I don't know about that. That's a bold claim.
Probably in the world. It's the most. They
I mean,
They have historically done the most inhumane things to people and wanted to do the most inhumane things to people.
inhumane. No, that'd go to the Japanese or the Germans, but
That's
the
what I was
CIA
thinking.
has some
That-
fucked up shit like
Ouch.
MK Ultra. Yeah.
I mean, that's just. I said they're one of the most.
Okay,
so
okay,
I
I thought you were
was
saying. I thought you said the
entirely
most.
including most people.
They're not.
That's
They're
what I
not
just
fucking
said. That's
Dr.
what I
Mengele
just said.
Shit. They just do fucking torture shit like in Guantanamo.
This further proves my point.
What do you mean?
This further proves my point. They are one of the most inhumane governmental agencies the world has ever seen, and it's right there, and nobody cares about it. It's right there. Because we're too dumbed down already from the things that they've been feeding us and our food and our waters. Like we're slaves to the government system, and people don't realize that. Everybody thinks everything is all sunshine and rainbows, but they just haven't thought about anything that I just said yet.
Bro, I just had a clanger and slapshot, bro.
You know,
I'm getting obliterated by
like,
Aiden right now.
there's just some
You
things
wanna-
that people should be thinking about, and they're
You wanna
not.
not play my main?
I mean,
This is why I want to move out of
Thinking about
America.
it, but it just does not seem all that likely to me that there's
You're
this
telling
grand
me.
conspiracy going on. No.
Occam's razor.
I do think the CIA is involved in like fucking like distributing drugs among low-income neighborhoods, but I don't think that's why. I don't think it's to lower the
I don't
population or to
understand.
dumb people down.
Yes,
It's
it
literally
is.
just to
Yes,
take
it is.
advantage of people
Yes,
for
it is.
capital.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Ouch.
They are lowering the population. It's so clear. It's right in front of your eyes.
If they wanted to lower the population, why drugs and gun violence that does not make a dent whatsoever? I'm so confused.
Yes, it does. Are you dumb? Even if they're not dying, these people are losing their minds. I've seen firsthand what these drugs do to people.
How is that related? What? What does
Oh my
that have to
God.
do with lowering the population? What?
I'm getting there. Maybe be mature for once
Be
when we
immature.
finish the damn sentence. Holy shit.
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck?
You're getting mad at me.
I'm not mad. I'm just confused.
How ironic.
And you're not letting me finish my damn point, so what the fuck is the point of stopping me mid-sentence and being like, bro, what are you saying right now? When I'm not even done saying what the fuck I was just saying.
I thought you were done, bro.
I
It sounds like
wasn't!
it.
Why else would I have been rambling for the past 20 minutes about the same shit? I'm clearly not gonna be done for a while. I don't even remember what I was gonna say anymore. Okay. I've seen firsthand what these drugs do to people, and even if they're not dying, it is still part of the same attempt to dumb people down and lower this population of the country and the world in general, actually. Because I don't even know why. I actually don't even know what question you asked me to begin with now.
I get like proof or like a source, because I know the CIA dabbles in that shit, but like I don't know like why for that purpose.
Dude,
There's no source.
I
It's a
shouldn't have to
conspiracy
give you-
theory. You do
I
realize
shouldn't
that,
have to
right?
give
You're
you
just
proof.
providing great
Why
research
else
shit.
would they do that? Why else would they do that? Why else would they fund mass murder across
make
the
money.
entire country? Why else
Yeah,
would they
Money.
do
exactly.
that? They're
Capital,
making
Money.
that's
money.
what I'm saying.
They're making money. They're making money and killing people for fun because they're evil people. Everybody in the
Killing
CIA is
people
an
for
evil
fun.
person.
It's for money.
Every
It's just
single-
for. It's like
every
for money.
single
It's
every
just,
single you haven't even no shut up.
I've been listening this
I'm not-
entire conversation.
I
I
don't
don't care. You haven't
really
made a valid
believe-
point yet, so I really don't want to listen to you right now.
Then why?
Can we stop
Again,
with like the?
again,
Can we
Then
stop
why are you
with the
talking
bit,
about
please?
this?
Again,
You don't listen, like, you're just saying a bunch of shit. Like, I don't think there's gonna be an entire like branch of the government, which, albeit is very much corrupt, just full of ontologically evil people. That just doesn't really sound believable to me.
It's right in front of your eyes. Why else would MK Ultra be a thing? Why else would they be murdering the citizens of their own country?
MK Ultra
That
was
is
looking just for
evil.
interrogation
That
techniques.
is
What do you-
evil. That is evil. Do you know the things that they do to people? That is evil. That is against every humane right that every citizen of the U.S. is
Bro.
fundamentally I
Like,
don't even
how
know
did
what
that
I'm
not
trying to say, dude. I'm losing my words. These people are evil.
It's the
There
water.
is
It's
a
getting to you.
secret
The water's
society.
getting to you.
There is a secret.
Okay, I don't
There is
agree.
a secret society. No, there is a secret
There's no
society.
covering of
other people-
pedophiles at the top of the
Yes,
government.
there is. Yes,
Like
there is.
cannibal
Yes,
Satanist
there is.
pedophiles. That
Yes,
doesn't
there is.
exist.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There are a secret society of people in the government, and they are doing things that they don't want us to know about. There is no logical way that
Logical way.
there is no logical way that there isn't a group of people in the government that is inherently evil. There's no logical way there's not. With the way that the system of this country is, there's no logical explanation for why there wouldn't be.
I'm agreeing. They are evil. I just don't believe all the secret society shit. I just think they're evil people
They're
doing things for the
100%.
pursuit of capital.
I'd call that a
I don't
secret
believe in
society.
some
If they're
grand
keep-
conspiracy.
they're
I think
keeping the
people are
things
just
that
doing
they're-
it for fiscal
they're
gain. 'Cause
keeping-
that just makes a whole
if
lot
they're-
more sense logically.
Like what?
if they're keeping,
Like,
if
what
they're
do people?
keeping,
What do, no. What do people
Let
have to
me
gain from a
speak!
lower population?
Oh my God! Let me speak, bro. Let
I'm
me speak.
muting
I
you,
was
bro.
in
No,
Dude,
the
I'm
you are
middle.
not
literally
listening to
not
this.
letting anybody else speak. You
I
paused
was
for a
in the middle
paused-
of a sentence.
You
and
literally
he
paused to
interrupts
speak.
me, bro.
You literally
I don't even
I
pause
care.
to
was in the
speak and
middle
somebody
of a
else
sentence,
speaks,
bro.
and then you start talking and then you get mad.
No! I just got scored
I'm
on.
not done. I will let you
Holy
speak
shit,
when I'm
Slapshot
done, bro.
fucking rebound.
I am playing
I'm
Slapshot
not
Rebound. Do you want to
done.
see?
No, yes, sir.
I'm in a. I'll
I
stream.
can't get my
I
point out because I forget everything that I'm about to say when everybody interrupts me.
That's great, dog. Can we stop with the bit now? Like it got unfunny like 5 minutes ago.
It's not a bit. It's not a bit, and that's rude. That's actually incredibly rude that you would even say that.
It feels like a bit. I'm
It's
gonna be
not
honest. Why did we start
not.
talking about this exactly?
because I wanted
because
to.
because we were making fun of
Oh.
Zach for being a Fed.
And we were talking about birds and shit.
Bro, Hobo, could you please get the fuck out of this lobby? You're just being a nuisance.
How? What? Like
all
what?
all I'm saying is there is 100% a society of evil people in the government. Well, there's probably multiple. There is 100% one or more societies in the government that are inherently evil, bad things, either for physical purpose or because they're doing something that we don't know about. That could be anything ranging from like religion or like foreign affairs. That could be any. That could mean anything really.
Oh.
Damn.
and it would take a lot of convincing to make me think otherwise.
I think the only way you could convince me was if you had
That gets right in front of you.
concrete evidence.
That gets right in front of you.
Concrete evidence? Okay. Look up, does the CIA funnel drugs into low-income communities? There you go. That's concrete evidence. They've done that, and they've been doing that for the longest time.
Hobo, please learn.
There's your concrete evidence, Zach. Is that good enough for you?
That's your only reason that you think that?
Look, what else should I have to prove? That's an evil act.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they're not just evil people.
Dude, just start
Oh my
going
god,
through
we're still
random.
fucking doing this?
Guess so.
Just start going through random, like released CIA documents. Just start going through random
Can
ones.
we
and I
Did you go
guarantee
through
you,
random
in like
release
10
CIA
minutes.
documents?
Yes, I have.
Can you show like
Whoa,
Like,
Hobo,
I-
please kill
Look it
yourself.
up.
God damn.
I don't have them saved. Look it
Can we
up.
play some like fucking Lethal Company?
I'm
We
a
were
little
doing
lethal
that
company
earlier.
down. I got some slap shot rebound though.
Bro, I'm bored.
Bro, I keep
Download slap
screwing
shot
up the-
rebound.
Oh my god. Just break through
Oh.
the wall already, Aiden!
You just punch me over and over again.
God, my team fucking sucks.
Yep, then I can do that.
Dude,
mean-
I hate that Soul doesn't have any projectiles.
I don't got no projectiles either, dog.
It just, well, it feels like he should. Kai's the one who has actual projectiles. It's weird. Kai's like, Kai can like zone, but Soul really can't. At least not as much.
You know what?
Oh, get in there.
You know another thing that I find weird that people don't question enough.
How did that not hit? I
The
hate
fact
when I
that
knock
there
you
is
down.
there is a ball of light in the sky that you cannot look at, and nobody questions that. Nobody questions that.
Yeah.
There is an
Fuck.
object in the sky that
Are you
makes
kidding me
go
right now?
blind if you look at it.
See,
Nobody questions it.
Drew, do you want to like? Okay,
turning him
Do I
down.
wanna what?
I don't know if I will.
Say it. No, say it. You're not gonna offend me.
Just because of the fucking map.
So like, humans, right? We evolved to like see, right? Yeah. So there has to be
I don't know. I just don't know where you're going with this.
there has to be a spectrum in which like we can see. You can't like see every single spectrum of visible light and survive. So humans evolved to see.
I'm just saying. How many people have been to the sun?
Drew, there is
How many people have been?
mathematical
How
evidence.
many people have been to the sun, Zach?
Drew,
Zach, how
math.
many people have been to the sun? Answer my question. Answer my question, and I'll answer yours. How many people have been to the sun?
0 people have been to the sun.
Thank you. What was your question? What was your question?
What it-
I said I
what
would answer
the-
your question. I said I would answer your question. What's your question?
I don't even remember.
This is so fucking
Exactly,
hilarious just hearing
exactly.
your
You
side
cannot
only.
argue that I am wrong if like you can't argue that I'm wrong. You can't argue that I'm wrong.
It's just so fucking random.
You can't argue that I'm wrong.
It doesn't
There is a
make any
ball-
more sense if
there
you
is a
add in Drew.
object. There is an
No, it
object
just
in
kinda
the
gives you
sky
a headache.
that
Drew,
you
there have been
cannot
hundreds
look
of
at.
years of people thinking the same thing, and they literally have proved it. Like they proved everything.
Wait, prove what?
Except-
Prove what? Prove what?
Proved that gravity exists. That's why it's a ball, and that the sun undergoes nuclear
First off,
like
we don't know that.
fusion.
How many people have been to the
For what?
Drew, we're on Earth, and we look at the
Rely on
stars.
numbers to tell me these things.
Hey,
Drew, it's literally
Relying on
logic.
numbers.
Drew.
It's been proven.
You're relying on
Drew, if
numbers.
you-
You're
Drew,
relying
have you
on
taken a
numbers.
math class?
You-
Drew,
done
what
with
is
this.
1 plus
Can you
1?
I'm so
restate
done.
me? Can you restate? Can you restate? Can you restate what? the
Are you
question
just
that I asked
trying to make everyone mad?
Drew.
Can you restate the question I asked you earlier? What did I ask you? A minute ago.
Has anyone ever been to the sun?
What was the answer?
No one's ever been to the sun. Drew,
I've been.
why?
Exactly.
Why
my
would-
point. Exactly my point. So why would I believe
Okay,
a number
you just
that was
interrupted me.
made up? I wasn't even done talking to begin with,
You-
so there's no way I could have.
You asked me a.
That's just a matter of us talking at the same time. That's not my fault.
Okay, okay, okay. Continue.
How am I supposed to believe this thing that is defined by numbers? That's what you said. It's defined by numbers and
Yeah.
logically proven by numbers that were made up by us. How am I supposed to believe that?
Drew, if you have one
How am I supposed
thing,
to believe that?
I'm gonna I'm gonna show you right now, Drew. I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna show you right now.
No.
Okay. Yep, yep. Keep going, keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going.
You can't tell me that all these equations and such. I can't be forced to believe numbers that were brought up and made by these people.
Drew,
that
can you give
I've
me
never
30
even met.
seconds of your time? Even 15.
I got my point out. I got my point out because you stopped talking.
Okay. Can I go now?
Yeah.
So, if there
I
is
just don't- no. Kidding. Kidding.
I can't tell if you're like joking.
What? Say what you're gonna say.
Okay,
Say what
okay.
you're gonna say. You so begged me for my time.
Your
And you're
time.
wasting
Yep.
it.
Okay, so Drew,
Yep.
if there is
Fine, but-
a single okay, I don't know. A rock. There's a single rock in my hand, okay? The idea
But how do we
that
know
there
it's even
is
called that?
we named it that.
Exactly. How am I supposed to believe that a rock is a rock if somebody told me? that
Drew,
it's
look
named-
at it.
Drew.
We named it a rock. That's the name we gave it.
The name doesn't define what it is.
Yeah, the
That's
name
the
doesn't
point
matter
I
what it
just
is.
made. That's the point I just made.
There is
That not a
0
rock.
points
That
being
is
made
not a
there.
rock. That is, you are dumb.
What do you
are
want to
not
name it, Drew?
listening to me.
What do you want to name
You are
the
not listening
hard
to me.
thing in my
It
hand?
doesn't need a name. It doesn't
mineral-
Need a name.
Okay.
It doesn't need a name. It doesn't need a name.
Okay,
because-
then we would
no,
not be
because
talking
you're
right
not-
now
no,
if
no,
we
you're
didn't
not
have
letting-
names
you're not
for
letting me-
things,
you're
Drew.
not letting me speak. You're not letting me speak. You're not letting me speak.
No,
You're not
I
letting me
think that
Speak,
I think this
speak.
is how we should communicate now.
What?
How am I supposed to believe that a rock is a rock if somebody tells me it's a rock?
Drew,
I'm
give it a
supposed to
name
know.
right now. Give it a name. What do you want to call it? What do you want to call it? I will make my argument by calling it what you want.
That's the whole point that I'm making right now.
It doesn't matter
That's
what the name is.
You haven't made a point
Still,
yet. You
whatever
haven't made
it
a
is.
point
What
yet.
I'm making right now. You can't give something a name because you're telling me that it's that.
How am I gonna tell you what it is?
Okay,
if you don't know
Drew,
what it is.
Your name isn't Drew anymore because you can't tell me what you are. That's what you're saying right now.
I don't think I can.
No, you can't.
No.
Sorry.
You
Yeah,
just
I'm saying
contradicted
you
yourself.
can't. No, because you're not letting me speak. You're not letting me speak, and you're.
I'm not
speaking
letting
over
you
me, and
speek.
you're not allowing me to
I'm
get
not
my
letting
point
you
out.
speak.
You're
I'm not
not
letting you
letting me
speak
get my
anymore,
point
Drew.
out.
No, no more.
You're not letting me
No
get my
more.
point out.
I'm not gonna let you talk anymore. You've done enough.
You're not letting me get my
You've
point
done
out. You're not
enough.
letting me get my point out. You're not letting me get my
You're
point out.
not. You need to like do like.
Exactly. You don't even know what I'm
Yep.
saying. You
Yep.
don't even know.
Exactly.
You don't
Exactly.
even know. No.
Exactly.
No.
Yep.
You cannot call. I cannot.
You're being immature, Drew. You're not hearing me out.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You're not hearing me.
You're
out.
being immature.
You're being hypocritical. You're being hypocritical.
I am not
being
the hypocrite here.
You just complained not 5 minutes ago about me interrupting you, and
You did the same
How
exact
is that
thing
not you being
with
hypocritical?
Chloe
How is
earlier.
that not being hypocritical? How is that not being hypocritical? Explain to me how it's not being hypocritical. You don't have to, because it is.
You're being a hypocrite
cannot-
saying I'm a hypocrite because you're a hypocrite.
People cannot force me to call a rock.
Drew, what
a
does the word
rock
force mean?
because-
Why did we call it that?
Oh my god. Oh my
Because
god.
we gave it a name to make language work. You
Oh
can't
my
just
god.
you
Oh my
can't
god.
communicate
You can't-
without giving things
You're
names.
not letting me get my point out.
You don't
because
deserve your fucking
Your
point,
is
Drew.
that things shouldn't have names. That's what you said.
Let me speak. You cannot tell me what my own point is. You cannot do that. Are you in my mind right now? Are you
You
reaching
told
into
us
my
what
mind
your
and blowing my
point
mind?
is.
No, you're not. No, no, I'm not. I'm not done. Get it out.
Okay.
Let me say it, please, for the love of
Why?
God.
Okay.
No, I don't say God very often, but
You cannot force me to call a rock because I do not have to believe what you're telling me. If somebody tells me that 1 + 1 is 2, I don't have to believe that. So I don't know
God.
why I should be forced to believe that a rock is a rock because there's no actual proof that it is called a rock. You are just telling me that that is a rock. There's no real proof that it's called a rock.
That's exactly
And
what
the
we
same
said.
thing with
Drew.
language. There's the
That's
same thing
just-
with language. No, okay, no. The same thing with language. It's the same
no.
thing with language. I've spoken English my entire life. I've spoken English my entire life. You know why? Because I was forced to speak this language because of the country I was in. That's the point that I'm getting across. You cannot force me to call a rock a rock.
Can I say something?
oh my.
With that logic, you cannot force me to call you Drew because I don't believe it.
I never said you couldn't.
You actually did. You actually did. I said that same thing before,
Yes, you
and you
did.
said, "No,
Never said you
no,
had to.
that's not how that
You
works."
said,
I never said you had to.
Yes,
Never
you did.
said you had to.
okay, Drew.
Never said you have to call me Drew. I never said those.
You
words
actually.
never came out of my mouth. Don't
Oh, almost a one-timer. Come on.
Don't ever put words in my mouth again. Don't ever put words in my mouth again.
That's what.
That's so rude.
So what I said to you was
That's so rude. And
you
immature.
don't have. Yeah, you can't. And then you said that that's not true, which then implies that you can force me.
I never said that.
That is
That is
literally
literally word
like
for word
the
what you said.
Never
basis
said
of
that. I
logic.
never said that. You can't force me to think that I said that.
Oh my. Oh my.
You want to run it back, Drew? You want to run it back?
Pull up the proof. Pull up the proof where I said that. Pull up the proof where I said that.
I'm actually recording right now. Do you want me to pull it up?
Do it. Drew-
It's not here, so I don't believe you.
Drew, can we go back to the 1 + 1
I
equals
can
2
I can send you this whole video right.
Yeah, we can go back. We can go back to that.
So, the idea of like a thing and another thing, there's two things. That's why it's 1 + 1 = 2.
You can
That
call
is
it
like
whatever you
Can I
want.
offer a
Let's-
rebuttal?
You-
Can I offer a rebuttal to that? Can I offer
Yeah.
a rebuttal to that?
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, 2 is a word that I'm being forced to believe is a number.
You can call it
How
whatever you
else-
want. You can
Luke,
call it whatever you want.
It
Therefore-
doesn't matter what it's
Therefore-
called.
Therefore,
We're
therefore-
agreeing.
Therefore, no,
Yeah.
let me speak.
What do you mean no?
Please let me speak. Please let me speak. Please let me speak. I said no because you started talking over me, and I didn't want you to do that.
Going for dangles equals shit or just
If I have what you call 2 apples, if I have what you call 2 apples,
Yeah.
I could say, and you don't have to believe this. I'm not forcing you to believe this. I could say that I have a apple and an apple.
Yeah.
I could say that. I could say
Yeah.
that.
You could say that.
could say that. Or you could
I'm
say there
not
are-
understanding why you're
You could say there are
forcing me
8
to believe
apples.
Your concept of these numbers. That's what I'm trying to say.
True. Okay. To communicate we need words, right?
To speak. Okay, so what you're saying is something I already said earlier. To speak English
The
is a
language that he
forced
doesn't want to
act
speak.
upon me. That's a forced act upon me. I'm forced to speak English, or else I cannot talk to anybody in an English.
You know French, right? Some French.
a little bit.
Bro's
Okay.
logic just doesn't make it.
Bro's not fucking what is
True.
saving me.
You've
True.
said maybe 7 words.
A
since you dropped
language,
it.
a
Just don't-
language,
just don't.
all language
Yep.
does is give us a way to communicate. We could communicate with sign language, and we could have like solved like any equation, any other equation that we could
What
have
if I don't
with
believe
like
in
words.
equations? What if I
Oh
don't believe in
my.
equations?
Oh my.
Why is this guy
What do you mean-
fucking
what
toxic?
do you mean? What do you mean?
Again, you're forcing
What do you
your
mean?
concept numbers onto me again.
Drew,
And I don't
numbers
appreciate
are so
something I don't have to believe.
when I say numbers, I mean the idea of there being an amount of things. So like one rock is
But I don't
different
have to
from two
call-
rocks.
Calling by a number. Like
Yeah,
like
it
the
doesn't
example that I
matter
said
what you
earlier, I
call
can-
them.
Yeah, but you're saying it does. I'm saying.
No, he's
saying-
not.
But I literally just said it's not.
Oh my God! Maybe let me speak. Maybe let me speak.
Well, we're correcting you before you continue, so you might be able to save your breath.
Maybe let me speak. No, maybe let me speak. Maybe let me speak. And you'll
Okay.
understand what the fuck I'm trying to say.
No.
I like Max's idea.
I already forget what I was gonna say.
Good.
Say what you just said again.
Okay,
Say what you just
so
said again.
it doesn't matter what name you give like the idea of numbers. Numbers still exist. And even
Okay,
no
I
matter
remember-
what
I
you
remember what I
call
was gonna
them,
say. I remember what I was gonna say.
no matter what you call them, you could still like create the equations and calculus. Like you could still do it.
So what you're doing in that statement,
Mhm.
what you what you, what you're doing in that statement right there
Yep.
is exactly what I've been arguing against this entire time.
And what is that?
I do not have to believe in the concept of numbers, and yet you are still forcing it upon me.
So,
That's what I've been getting at this whole.
Drew,
so what do you want?
No matter it doesn't matter if you believe it or not, they exist, okay?
So, can I ask you something?
Yeah,
Just forget what Zach
fine,
did. Forget
but
what Zach
you're
said.
still
Forget what Zach said.
forcing me- that's-
Just me and you right now,
You
okay?
just completely proved my point.
Just me and you. Okay. What do you want to call multiple?
The name that they are agreeably called,
Oh.
Okay.
You just went
however
against your
many
logic there.
times, however many
Okay.
times that there are instances of.
So you can do that.
So you're gonna
The
say
same way
rock,
with
rock,
calculus.
rock,
That
rock,
you can
rock, rock.
do technically calculus by saying.
So what you just said was you're gonna say rock 15 times to be a 15 rock.
I used that example earlier. I don't know why you're restating something I said already.
I don't know if Max
I
was here
wasn't
for that.
here.
You just
He was because it was when I said I have an apple and an apple, and I know he was here for that.
Might have not
I
heard
was
that.
not.
You might have not been
It's
like
plain
mentally
ping
present,
pong.
because
No, I was
Exactly my point. So exactly my point. So why are you rebutting? Why are you butting into this conversation when you're not mentally present?
because I wasn't here.
Yeah, exactly. No.
I was not there when you said apple.
so
apple.
just stop talking to Max. Just me. Okay. So you're saying that you can't do calculus method.
I've
Counting?
never said anything about calculus. I've never said
Uh,
anything
y-
about calculus.
Okay, but you
Don't
disagreed
put that
that
into my mouth.
no, but you
Not put
disagree
that word into my mouth.
that that calculus. So Zach said.
No, Zach,
No.
dude, don't smack your lip. Don't smack your
Zach
lip.
said. Zach said.
It's just being on right now. You're not in it. You're not in it.
Zach said something about like
You're not in it.
I'm playing a game right now, so it's under the top. He said something like calculus, like you don't have to use the same name. Calculus. You said that's not the point. You're saying that you don't believe number system. But
I'm
you yourself are creating a number system.
I'm saying that you cannot force me. Okay, it's a different number system.
Exactly.
You
But
cannot. No, you're not. Let me speak. You're not letting me speak.
I just stopped talking because you kept going.
You cannot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look what you just did.
You
Look what
okay?
just
So
did.
you're saying
Wow,
something at me, so I'm then responding.
You cannot force me to believe in your concept of numbers. That's what I've been at this entire time. You cannot believe me to force that I have to call a rock a rock. You
So-
cannot do that.
Just said two different things.
Yes,
I
but
just-
don't listen to Zach. 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 So
Oh my.
using your numbering system, you would be able to perform.
It's not called that. It's not called
Sorry, what do you want to call it?
system.
System? Your system. We can perform
muting
this. We can perform the same operations as we do with, say, our system.
Give me an example.
Example: if you want to combine two sets of rocks, so in our system, 2 plus 2, right? In your system, it would be rock plus rock. Rock.
Rock. You skipped 2 rocks there.
Are you picking that up?
Sorry.
Did you get that one?
I sneeze. I muted and sneezed. Sorry. I'm still recovering from it.
Go! Let's go. Give me some.
Plus is actually a symbol of your.
Okay, sorry.
concept
Can I
of
read?
force.
Sorry, can I retry that?
We don't use plus in my system.
Try that.
Yeah.
If you were to, can I say combine as just like a general term? Not like a symbol. Like,
I'll admit it. I'll admit it for now.
go admit it.
Oh
If you were
my
to
God.
combine 2 sets of rocks, rock and rock, you would get rock. Right?
No, there would be rock.
Or sorry, rock.
There was an action done to put them together.
There are 2 sets. Like one is like 2 feet away
There would be
from you,
there
and the
would
other is
be
2 feet away from you.
rock.
Yes. Yeah. And then you put the other group. Rock.
No, you wouldn't get rock. There would be.
It just it would be there. It would be there. Yes. You could.
yeah.
You could perform the same operations of calculus.
Okay, they're not operations. They're not.
The operations
These
within
are
our system.
Natural occurrences.
Op-
These are natural occurrences.
They
in our
are,
system.
when we say operations in our system, they are also natural. So when you say natural and say operation, that means the same. It's just in our system we call it something different.
No. Let me explain that. Natural occurrences are things that I can simply observe with my. You are using things that you observe with your eyes and use things that I'm being forced to believe to explain that. That's the point. That's what I'm not agreeing.
So you can observe calculus. It just you don't see like
Okay, but that's calculus. That's an operation with numbers that I'm being forced to believe.
yes, but there are also natural numbers of your system that could pull out of there. But
I
The-
don't use numbers in my system.
sorry, your what are they called again? Your natural occurrences. You pull that out, right? But the reason why we have this number system, right, is so we can feasibly comprehend the natural occurrences within calculus. Because if you were to only use natural occurrences within calculus, wouldn't it be like so long to
Sorry, I had a speed glitch on Skate 3. What were you saying? Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not paying attention. What you did. Can you explain that again? I was was rude of me. I'm sorry. I'm really. That was incredibly rude of me.
So with your natural of we call numbers.
My natural
Your
occurrences of instances of beings.
Yes. And of which we call numbers. And our operations, right, which your instant you can do the same thing with natural beings. To create those.
I never disagreed. And I never disagreed with that.
That's actually the entire argument.
No.
No. Because we went from Drew, we went from no, I do. I do. And I explain myself. Which you might have accidentally made this argument. You might have accidentally made this argument, Drew. You were saying at first that you can't force me. We can't force you to use these. And we're like, okay, whatever. And then you're saying that you said when Zach said, calculus is basically like you can't get rid of it as a concept.
In your system.
As a concept. Calculus, the concept of calculus, not the name. The concept. Which
Oh my.
I think you then agreed with me that we can't. And which now I'm really confused as to what we were really even arguing about. Because first it was the name thing. And we're like, sure, whatever. Sure, whatever. You don't have to use this stuff. Their names, numbers. But if you were to get rid of them,
Conform to this number system.
Sure.
Have to conform to this number system.
Sure. But the general concept of it will not go away, and you at least made the argument on accident that it does go away.
Say that last sentence. Say that last sentence again. I didn't understand.
You accidentally made the argument, as at least from what I'm understanding, since you're saying that you didn't make that argument.
Oh my god.
You accidentally
We
made
should
the
argue
argument.
this in text so we can cite each other.
Oh, don't worry, I've got video proof of all of this.
Oh
Zach,
my
Zach,
god.
So
we're in the middle of a conversation. Can you please stop barging in? I can finally fucking understand what he's trying to say to me. Jesus Christ.
Come on. But why do you accuse and get
Continue.
all
Continue.
pissy
What did
when
I just
other
say?
people
What did I
say
just
the
just don't
same
listen to him.
thing?
Just don't listen to him.
What did I just say to Zach? You know what? Yeah, you're right. I should move.
So you're saying you accidentally, let's say accidentally made I then that is what you were arguing, because you were saying that you said at one point that you implied at least that
Just come join me in space real quick.
the
But it's so funny that you just stopped.
what? I can't hear you. They're using the soundboard if you can't hear that. What?
Frankly, that's just rude. Frankly, that's just rude.
What's rude? I heard that.
The fact that they're using the
Oh.
soundboard to cover the sound of my legitimate conversation.
Yeah. So we're agreeing. We're in agreement that that the concept, not the name, the concept of calculus and its natural occurrences cannot be
Well, what would you
taken
call
away.
the concept?
The concept, like your natural occurrence. There's the same thing of becoming the four rocks.
Yeah, and I never. Yeah, okay, yeah, and I never disagreed with that. I never disagreed with
You did accidentally, which happens.
that. And you know why? You know why? Because my mind is getting scrambled by people that don't want to listen to me speak. That's why. Because when people butt into the conversation when I'm in the middle of a sentence, that's gonna cause me to forget what I was thinking about, like I've said multiple times already. And then I'm just gonna mess up my point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, I am in agreement that there could be a concept of which both of our systems share the same basis of. There could be that. That could be something that is true. Are you gonna
Yeah.
add anything else to
No,
that? or-
no, I agree.
I'm just saying the point of my original argument and the point that I'm still trying to get across is you cannot force me to call it what. This is what I've been trying to say this whole time, and you guys are just understanding me. Because when we were starting, when we said the rock thing, you cannot force me to call it a rock. You know what I mean? So you cannot force me to abide by the same things that you're saying to me. You cannot force me to call this concept that we're speaking of calculus. You cannot force me to use so-called numbers in my examples.
The name numbers. Just okay.
Well, no, because numbers aren't.
Numbers are just of a particular.
Call them that. So you can call them that.
Yeah.
So are you gonna upload this to YouTube?
I could.
I feel like that would be really funny.
I want to see how long this shit is. I started recording when it was kind of just like we're random. Oh, this is kind of. And now it's 52 minutes of the CIA, Drug Lord.
And that's 52 minutes of legitimate
And names.
conversation did by many rude people.
By the concept of calculus. I think I'll just upload this raw.
I don't know. I think it could do with some background music.
Oh yes.
Cloud. That was the funniest bail I've ever seen in my entire life. Look at this stream.
No.
That was one of the funniest bails I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Recording is end. Let us know about this IA concept of calculus in the comments below.
I'm just saying, like, from the beginning of my birth, I'm being forced to learn things. In general, I'm being forced to learn things. And that's
but
not fair to me because now I'm stuck speaking a language that I have to abide by to even live in this current society.
What? What?
Can I?
What?
So
Yes, you
here,
said
let me
something, Zach.
give you the rundown of what we've agreed on, Zach, before you ask your question.
Okay.
If I didn't learn
So-
it, I would be the most natural human being possible.
We've
Instead of being tainted by society and all of these different aspects of life that people are so worried about, like money and popularity and
You would
social
so.
skills and stuff like that.
give them the rundown of what we've agreed.
You would be mentally
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
Let us
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
So We've agreed. So technically does not have to the names we give things, but they are still the same thing. They don't have the. And we've agreed,
No.
right?
No.
No,
I
I'm
did not agree on that. No, I did
no,
not agree
because
on
like
that. That second part I did not agree on.
when you
They do not have to be the same thing.
Uh,
Because that's again something that you are forcing me to believe.
no, like when you look at a rock, right? But we don't have to call it a rock. We can call it still the object.
Yeah, you're both referring to the same object.
Correct. That's what we agreed on.
It's only being called an object. It's an object, and that's what it is. There, like, at the moment you start getting into properties and things like that, that's more words that you're forced to believe. And concepts that you're that's what I'm trying to say.
The object
But yes,
that
are
we call a
agreed
rock.
that it is an object.
that does not change. And we've agreed
Yes.
that concept of calculus still exists within what he likes to natural
Natural occurrences of instances
of instance that
beings.
Oh,
you can find this all on youtube.com/Tommy. Y'all later.
I don't know what you're saying.
because he doesn't believe in what you just said.
No, it's
Words
not
aren't
that.
real.
I
It's
just don't understand what you're saying. Mostly because she's not done with her fucking point, Max. I'm sorry, that was rude.
I'm just trying to think of a fucking word.
No, there's a. I think I know what you're talking about. There's a word for it. Okay. Here we go.
Like sort of how baseless a lot of societal constructs are.
That's exactly what I'm getting at.
And I mean, there's sort of like some form of biological basis, just humans being social creatures for our social standards, but I do think it's interesting how literally they could be literally anything. And it could still be inherently the same thing.
Okay, I found a word.
I agree.
Nihilism.
Do not
Extreme
call me a
skepticism.
nihilist. Do not call me a nihilist. Do not call me that. Go on.
What does it mean?
Go on.
Okay, this was referring to what Chloe said about.
Okay.
I don't think that I wasn't thinking nihilism.
Okay, then never mind.
What does it mean?
I was just thinking another word for like pointlessness of like.
Okay,
like how it-
nihilism is not what we're talking about. It is
Yeah.
extreme
Yes,
skepticism.
Because I love life, and I'm not a nihilist.
Right. It's the definition. It says extreme skepticism, maintaining that nothing in the world has a real existence, which is not what you were saying. Yeah, I agree.
Trivial. I was thinking of the word trivial, like how trivial social constructs are.
I believe that the human race is inherently evil because of the constructs that we've built this world upon. There is a dire need to return to natural order and rebel from the heinous, tyrannical, and evil governments that control this world.
There we go. Finally. Words.
I mean, honestly, that's fair enough.
Do you have any idea? Have Have you ever thought? Okay, have you? Let me put this in your mind. Have you ever thought about why camping is so calming and healing to the mind? Have you ever
I
thought
have.
about that? Exactly. You have absolutely no worry in the world when you're camping, unless
What
it
does that
is
do?
directly affecting you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right? Right? We can all agree on that. There is
There's not much
What does
there's
it
much
do?
effect. There's not a lot of effect.
camping and being in nature is a healing process. Is a healing act. We'll say that. It's a healing thing to do. We can agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Zach. So, based off of that knowledge, I can't think of one good reason why staying with this social construct and hold on, let me think. I can't think of one good reason staying with the current social status of this world is a good idea. The state of how humans are inherently and how we've created these constructs in society that make us barbaric and
Government.
basically yes, the idea of government in the first place, because you can look at something like capitalism and say, oh, this doesn't benefit the poor, and this creates poor people, and this creates people that are needy. You know what I mean?
Can I speak?
Yes. I don't know why you would say it that rudely though, because
Oh my.
just one simple question. But go on.
So, like, would you agree that all creatures strive to survive?
What do you mean? Like,
Keep
at heart,
their
they want to
species
live.
from going extinct. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So,
I could say, yes, I agree that there is a natural desire to live. I'll say that.
so humans like started so the reason humans created like the first towns and like I don't know, little communities,
Mhm.
would you agree that they probably did it to stay safe or survive?
Yeah.
Because okay,
Can I explain that? Can I explain that real quick?
sure.
I can agree with that because when early humans started settling and creating towns, yes, they did that to survive. Yes, they did it to serve the needs of others. And that's a great thing. That's a great thing. However, government was created because of the incapabilities of everybody to be able to work with one another. Does that make sense? It's like, say for example, you have an early town with early humans, and one guy steals a loaf of bread. One guy steals a loaf of bread because he either wanted it and or needed it. Okay.
Yeah.
You with me?
Yep.
He steals a loaf of bread. Then the guy that owned that bread is going to get mad at him and wants him to be punished. So that basic idea of punishment because of the wrong is what formed government. That basic idea is what all government is formed upon. It's formed upon control. It's formed upon a basic, like setting a basic set of needs for a like society. You know what I mean?
I disagree. I don't think
How?
that is the reason. That is not why
Explain that.
government.
Explain that.
I will. Okay. So like you said, if someone steals something, do you agree? So if someone takes something wrongly, like it is like it's not there. Like they just took it
Not-
because
yep.
they wanted it, they didn't need it. So like people like the reason people want punishment for that person is so that no one else does it again, because if no one punished them, then anyone could do it. Right?
Yeah.
So people sought a way to punish people so that that wouldn't happen. They created laws and
Yep.
created like laws and punishment systems.
That lines up with what I've said so far. Where does that branch? Where does your opinion branch off though?
It's not evil. Like it's not wrong to want to not have your things stolen.
And I never that may have what I said may have came out like that, but that's not what I said.
Okay. Then yeah.
I'm saying that because of the things that humans are capable of doing, and this is common with life. No, this is all life in general. Because of the things that people are capable of doing, people and animals and objects and things like that, because of the things that we're capable of doing, there is going to be bad. There is 100% going to be bad. People, animals, and things are going to do things that annoy or just mess with something or someone and have a negative effect. That's life. That's guaranteed. So
Yeah.
when you try to govern that and when you try to control that, a natural desire, when you try to control a natural desire, that's when discomfort comes out, and that's when people start to get angry. Do you agree with that? Or do you understand what I'm saying? Not necessarily.
I'm not entirely sure I understand. So when you say like government controls that, I don't understand. What do you mean they control it?
So by control, I mean like what you said with laws, an order or whatever, law, whatever you want to call it. A general idea is put in place that it is bad to do that thing and you should not do that thing.
But what if it's
Right.
a bad thing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is there is guaranteed going to be bad in every single piece of life on this planet. There's 100% that's going to happen.
Sure.
Because we all have our own ideas and we all have our own capabilities and stuff like that. So when you get a group of people together, and somebody does something that others are discomforted at, they're going to not want that to happen again, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that kind of goes against natural order in a way. Because yes, it may be considered a bad thing, but it is guaranteed to happen, and it was going to happen from the moment you wanted to be together and form this society and stuff like that.
So you think it would be better to live like that than now?
I think it would be better to keep a natural order and not yes, and coming with that, some bad things could definitely happen. Yes, I'm in full awareness of that. But in keeping a natural order, we are basically being the most human we can be. We're not being forced to do anything. We're not being forced to think anything.
Mhm.
We're not. We are our pure human selves. We are our pure soul and pure body and pure mind. Did you just laugh?
I coughed.
Okay.
So, do you believe that humans are like different in a way from other species? Like, do you think that we are, I don't know,
I think we are the most advanced species on the planet in terms of
intelligence?
yeah, in terms of intelligence. I believe we are the yes.
Um, do you think that humans have like I don't know. Do you believe that a god put humans or do you think that a god made humans exist so that they could like strive or I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying
So
anymore.
when it comes to the creation, of the earth, I am not a religious person. I'm not a religious person with. I believe in the supernatural. I believe in a higher power. I cannot tell you what that higher power is though.
Okay.
That's
You're
where I'm
right.
at in terms of religion.
Oh, what is that called? I don't know what it's
Deism?
called.
So
No, it's called like agnostic or something.
Agnostic.
No, agnostic is when
there
you
is
don't confirm or deny the existence of a god. You'd be thinking of deism,
There-
where
Oh.
there's a god, but it's not.
I-
It's just a higher power.
you have to, and people have to resort to that because our science cannot go that far back. Our science cannot give a a detailed explanation as to why anything is anything in the first place. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, it's impossible.
I think.
Yeah.
I think life.
And that's okay. There are some things that we're not meant to understand. But I believe that religion in the first place is made to fill the gaps where science is empty. I wholeheartedly think that. And that's okay. And I'm not dogging on religious people at all when I say that. I'm just saying that's what I believe religion was created for. Okay, a couple of you had other points. Tad.
This is a different thing because I feel like the point I was gonna make earlier is kind of irrelevant, but I think religion and government and societal structures in general, so like any human construct, I think all of those came about as some form of necessity. I feel like religion came out as a means to feel in control. Like, say you pray to a god for rain and the harvest will be prosperous or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can see that.
And I think governance came from a need for control. When people finally started to settle down, you have people living in close proximity. And of course, like you said, obviously conflict is going to eventually arise. And I don't think any sort of government is the best solution to preventing conflict and
I
having
agree with that.
people live. But I think it's any form of government is also the least worst because if you just leave it, what's gonna happen? Anarchy. Like in Somalia, there's no governance there. It's just a bunch of rogue groups running around killing people willy-nilly. It's horrible.
And And
people just take.
I think that given society was never settled the way that it did, I think that things would have ended differently. I think yes, there's probably still would have been conflict and such, but as I have to think more about that point because I feel like I'm gonna say something. I think what?
That's good.
I think that, like I said earlier, in a natural order, we are pure human we could be. When
Your mic cut out.
like when we're in it, when we are natural order, you are the most pure human you could ever be. Meaning, you are most. I don't know. I can't think of any words to describe that point, but
So, do you think that it's like the best state, or
yes, I think that is the best state you could possibly be in. Because what were we talking? Think about what we were talking about earlier when we were talking about college. I'm saying without the way that society has came up and without the constructs that we have put in place as a race, as a species, I think that with that comes no natural need to worry unless it's something that directly affects your health or your mindset. There is no excess stuff that you have to worry about in a natural, pure human state. In a
about
natural
others?
order. Yeah, yeah. So that's something that would affect health. So if somebody was attacking you and as an early human, that's something that directs your health.
No,
That
I mean like,
involves
what about stuff that affects others? Like, you know what I mean?
like is
So,
being
like-
selfish okay?
That's not what I mean.
I mean,
well, no, I can offer something for that too. Like I said earlier, everybody, every species on Earth is going to have bad. Selfishness is going to come. That is a natural thing. And when you get a society of people and selfishness is a problem, there are going to methods are going to be made to control selfishness. Is it okay to be selfish in a natural order? Yes, because you're a human. You are going to feel that. That is an emotion you're going to feel.
I don't know how to not use
think-
God
think
in this
that-
situation. Because, like,
What did you say?
I don't know how to not use, because you don't believe in that, so I can't use that as. I was gonna say, like, God gave us free will for a reason. We can either be bad or good with it. It doesn't matter. But I can't use that because you don't believe in it.
I think that I can use an example of my personal life. we all went to a Catholic grade school. We all learned about God growing up, and that's something that has been engraved into our brains. Whether you choose to believe that or not, fine. But this is an example of a construct. Religion is a construct to begin with, but it's an example of one that has already been forced upon me, and it affects the way I think. If I'm in a very dire situation, I'm going to pray to something now because of how I'm forced to think. Like, I will say thank God because of that influence on my life.
I mean,
I
It has no
I-
meaning to you then, if you
I
don't believe
kinda-
in it.
agree with that point.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. But I'm giving it meaning because of the construct that I'm basing that upon. I was forced to take religion classes. I was forced to go to church every Thursday. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that's a construct that influences how people are going to think. And yeah, I'm not gonna add more to that because I'm already feeling.
so I think like people do that because they believe, like, they obviously believe it, but they don't just blindly believe it. There's reasons, like there are like there's concrete evidence for reasons
What is that
why they
concrete
might.
evidence?
I mean, there's
Can you
like-
give me an example?
like the Bible exists and
The
people
Quran
believe
exists.
the Bible. So like I don't know how to say that.
All of the biblical books exist. And they were made, like,
So
before huge empires were a thing, but
Not
They-
really.
besides a couple.
yeah, they were
Um,
made during that era.
They
like,
were made much
whatever.
after. They were written much after the Bronze Age.
Well, yeah, but like, whatever.
So yes, stuff. The Bible does exist. The Quran does exist. But
Then why are people that follow the
I find it hard to believe that you can call that concrete evidence because
like?
That's not the only
there
evidence.
there is no concrete evidence is something I would say, like, if you said this thing happened in the Bible, I would need to see some form of scientific evidence that happened. Now,
Yeah.
the only example I can think is that the flood, Noah's Ark, and stuff like that. That's a believable story because there is evidence that suggests there was a massive storm around the time that story was written, and I can believe that part of that story is true. I don't think it happened. It happened to cover the entire world because, first off, they didn't even know the rest of the world existed. So, like, you can't scientifically prove
Yeah.
that they know the rest of the world existed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
not enough moisture in the atmosphere to completely cover the entire Earth with water.
So does that make sense? Like, yeah, it's part of like the Bible existing and the Quran existing is concrete evidence of a construct that people choose to believe in.
Wait, so are we arguing that the Bible proves the existence of God or that it proves something else? I'm kind of
No.
lost. Okay.
Like I don't know. doesn't matter. Like, I don't know.
My head kind of hurts.
It really doesn't matter. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, and do you have anything to add?
No.
It don't matter.
Owen's here? Wow.
He's just chilling.
I was kind of forgot that I'm part of this podcast.
Don't matter.
We're up to
3.5 hours.
You kept going?
I stopped it, then we kept talking. So
I mean, yeah.
but I don't know what we're
Me neither.
So
Not much.
basic-
Nothing.
no. There was a beginning to this. I said that the best form of human you could be is a human in a and that this constructs that humans have put in to the society of the world have been
Then why-
generally negative to the human race, human species.
And why are some of the most happy people who are religious?
Because
I mean-
they're believing in that construct. That doesn't. I'm saying that the ideas. I'm not saying religion is a bad thing. I never said that. I'm saying the constructs put in, such as constructs that force you, like our government, our capitalism forces you to have to get money to live a good life. That's plain simple. That's how it is.
Did you upload it yet?
I'm saying
dog. We're still
In a
recording,
natural-
dumbass.
No.
in a natural order, you don't have things like money. You don't have things like.
That's why the
You
poorest
wouldn't even
people
have
are
things like.
happy.
You would have things like racism.
I'm sorry, but the
Not
poorest
happy.
people are not the happiest. I hate it.
Well, like,
They're not.
it's
They're
it's
not.
because it's
Why-
because of capitalism, but most other countries they are. Like,
Yeah.
when they don't know that people are above them, they don't care.
Oh.
They're just happy with what they have.
I can agree with
Or
that.
like Guatemala.
I hope you
Okay.
realize some of those countries have like some of the highest economic disparities,
Yes.
and
they
that
do.
like
I think a good example of like the closest you could get to a natural order maybe is like islands. Like a Pacific Islander's life is so, I can't really say this because I have no actual evidence to base this off of, but like if you live on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, you don't have a lot to worry about. Like
Yeah, because you have nothing. You have nobody around you to like.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because
You think
because you
they
have
have
nothing to worry
that.
about because there are no
It's-
there's less constructs being forced upon you. There's less aspects of life that you are told to want. You know what I mean?
Because they have the same. You think that everybody else is the same as you, so there's no point in trying to get above everybody else or get with
Those
other
people are, yeah, those people don't have the same aspects forced upon them that us as U.S. citizens do. So,
So it's
they
a bad thing
therefore
to be a US citizen?
are closer to living a more natural order.
So
Does
it's
that make
worse
sense?
to be a U.S. citizen.
In the ways that I'm arguing, yes.
Okay.
So, like, would you rather do that? Like, would you rather live on an island like
If
that?
yeah, 100%. If I
Okay.
was
No.
if I was born into the life that
Okay.
we're born into as citizens, like I just said, has more aspects that you are told to like want. Like you have to get money to survive. You have to talk a certain way, act a certain way, or else you are not liked in our society. Does that make sense?
So no phone, no TV. Because if you have these things, you'll have social media, and then you'll be able to see what other people have. So you can't have those things.
I never said I wouldn't want that. Or whatever.
Okay, so we shouldn't have ever evolved.
That's okay, that's not evolving.
You mean like advancing
That's just
technologically?
yeah, that's advancing. That's not evolving.
I disagree with that.
And yes, that's what I'm saying basically because that's what a natural order is. I'm saying being as close to nature and being one with the earth is the best form of human you could ever.
I mean, that's all well and good until you're like stuck in the Congo swamp and have malaria or something. Like
That's
it's
true. And then you have
So-
no medical technologies to help you out when you are shitting your guts out.
some places in the world are just not suitable for human habitation naturally.
Yeah. Okay, I can agree with that, but the expansion of the species has forced people to live there. Do you agree with that?
Live
I
where?
guess so, but people went there on their
expansion
own.
of the species. Yeah. But expansion of the species involves more people doing things that could potentially harm the environment and more people in the example of our current world, the more people we have, the more people are going to worry about money because there's more people to make money off of. There's more things that you have to build, like housing and stuff like that. There's more necessities that you have to offer to these people that are being born into the country. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, I get it. I just think, personally, my take on stuff like that, it's like, blaming that fault on the human system as a whole. I believe there can just be individual faults in human society that can be rectified and probably will be eventually rectified, and that the whole thing doesn't need to come down for things to be okay.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I agree with that. You can't, with what we have now, you cannot take everything away and everything will be okay. You cannot do that. In fact, everything would get worse if you did that. Like if we lost the internet for a month, the Earth would be in shambles.
Oh, if we
Yeah,
lost it for a day, we'd be in
The
shambles.
society would be in shambles.
People don't know how to stay
It
off
would
of
take
stuff.
years to rebuild that.
Like, yeah, I agree. I personally think like
That's 100% not that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you think that, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree that that's not what we need to do right now.
yeah. Me personally,
my
I
point is
think
simply my point is simply hypothetical. If we did not have the advancements that we did, like that would be a pure natural order, and that would be life.
I think it's a good thing that we advanced and like used our creativity to create stuff and like learn more about like how the world works and stuff.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I
get
think it was necessary and there's nothing wrong with advancing. Like, yeah, there's gonna be like bad things, but there would be bad things if you lived. Like, I think it's better living now. There's less. I think right now there are less.
What?
For me, like, it's a good thing. Right now, I have less things to worry about than someone living like thousands of years ago, hunting for food and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I think
that's
this is better
yeah,
than that.
Yeah. Yeah. But the problem with that is the way that we advanced in a way that was not included to everybody. And that would be really hard to do.
It's not possible.
Yeah, that's basically not impossible. That's basically not possible. So while you're right, yeah, that's definitely a better life. You have less worries than somebody that would have to do that. But not everybody on the earth has. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess so.
And
Some people don't have every benefit that we have.
yeah.
But
in general,
never
it would be
will.
better than. In general, yes, it would be better than the caveman style life.
Let's do something, because
I mean, I don't really have anything else to add.
I've been playing this whole time. You just